So joining me now to discuss this from Mumbai, joining us is Mr. Ashok Jain, a diabetic actually, since there's no such thing as a former diabetic, and he's the founder of Lifespan, which basically sets up clinics catering just to those who suffer from diabetes. And here in the studio I have Dr. Luthra, that's Atul Luthra. He's the additional director of Fortis CDoc in Gurgaon. Thank you so much, a diabetes specialist. I'm going to start with you, Dr. Luthra. When we heard Dr. Anup in the story say that this puts an onus, it puts pressure not just on the individual, the society and the government, what does he mean by that?
Well, diabetes is a chronic lifestyle disorder with devastating consequences, and unlike short-term disorders, once you have diabetes, you have to manage and monitor it for the rest of your life.
So there's no going back, you can't be cured of it.
That's true. So being a lifelong disorder, it requires consultations, investigations, medications, which put a financial burden not only on individuals, but their families, the societies, as well as the healthcare system of the country.
Does it make you more susceptible to other problems, like health problems and amputations and things like that?
Absolutely. There are primarily 4 organs that bear the brunt of the diabetes attack. Most important is heart disease, which takes its toll in 7 to 8 out of 10 diabetics. In other words, out of 10, 7 or 8 diabetics would succumb to a paralytic stroke or a heart attack. And then, of course, you have complications pertaining to the eye, the kidneys, the nerves, infections, foot problems, and so on.
All right, and Mr. Jain, you've been suffering or working, living with diabetes for the past 19 years. Take us through, and now you work with people who suffer from it. So when you first found out that you were diabetic, was India prepared to basically deal with it? And now that you're helping others, is India now ready for these large numbers amongst us who are diabetic?
No, both the times the answer is no. I don't think we were ready then, and I don't think we are ready now. The reasons are simple. There's not enough awareness. There's not enough. The doctor to patient ratio is very small, and therefore the answer to your question is no, we are not ready. It's becoming a larger and larger problem, and we're not ready for it.
So it's becoming a larger and larger problem. Again, Dr. Luthra, why is it now that people in, like we saw in that story, people in slums, we had a case study there, she had 500 mg blood sugar levels. Why is it now we say that diabetes is a lifestyle disease, it's a developed nation disease? Why do we see poor people in slums, for example, now getting it, showing symptoms?
Well, you see, as far as the etiology or the causation of diabetes is concerned, you have 2 factors. You have genetic factors and environmental factors. Now, what is happening in the rural areas is that people have more access to calorie-dense food. Because of some degree of technology invading their lives, they are becoming more sedentary. And this coupled with the background of bad genes, so they are now getting into the verge. So we are actually, as a nation, we are a transitional society. That is, we were always a simple agriculture-based economy and people with healthy lifestyles, but gradually the urban influence is spreading into the rural areas, especially into the semi-urban areas, the areas surrounding major cities, where people tend to cluster because of better job opportunities, better access to food and other facilities. And so really the people whom you can call the real rural people are very few. The clip which you just showed was a area which is just bordering the city, and people tend to live there because cost of living is easy, and people maybe work in the city, so they have the access to incomes, food, but at the same time they are not walking to work anymore.
Yeah.
They are glued to their televisions, they are using the metro or a motorized vehicle. So now this scourge of diabetes tends to creep into even this strata of the society.
And India is in that transition period right now, which is a danger. Ashok, you've been dealing with diabetes over the past 19 years. Can you simply tell our viewers, as you do to your clients, for example, what are the symptoms if any one of us have here at the NDTV office, or our viewers, why should we go get ourselves checked?
I think more than symptoms, anybody today who is of a particular age, a sedentary lifestyle, or who's just sitting for 14 hours a day and who's about 30 years of age should get themselves checked. The symptoms are urination, symptoms of thirst, the symptoms are hunger and various symptoms which are medical symptoms. But I think given the epidemic it is, the fact is everybody who's about 30, 35, who's got a sedentary lifestyle and who's eating a calorie-rich food should get themselves checked.
All right, so one last question to both of you. Give us one tip each that all of us should follow, keeping in mind the fact that Indians are predisposed to getting diabetes.
Okay, so just to sum up, eat less, walk more, stay happy, sleep well, and keep smiling.
That sounds too simplistic. When I go to a doctor, I want like medication, I want something serious. So go ahead, give us a tip that you think we should all incorporate into our lives every day. Go ahead, Ashok.
Yeah, become less inactive. I think the problem is not just doing active, become less inactive. I think sitting is the next smoking. And therefore, if you just stop sitting for lesser number of hours, perhaps we can do that. Second thing is, we all talk about managing diabetes. We need to embrace diabetes positively and look at it in that manner and work along with it rather than working against it.
All right, so thank you so much both, Ashok Jain and Dr. Luthra. We have to wrap up this discussion, but we really try to focus on diabetes today just to give our viewers a chance, if they're not aware of it, at least something that might make them sit up and maybe go into a doctor the next time and ask them to check their